Fans, today I got a baggie with a bunch of 80s toys in it. Great finds, I got some small G.I. Joes from the 80s.
They'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there.
All in a bag, all with cards, some with accessories, and a strange looking Walkman in today. The G.I. Joes, this is all the G.I. Joes that you can get. This is when the G.I. Joes got a lot smaller. Poor G.I. Joe, but he did shrink, just like Honey, I Shrunk the Kid. Somebody shrunk G.I. Joe. They all came with their cards. Their cards are going to bring them a little more worth. If they have all their accessories, they will as well. This is a medic. His code name is Doc. He did come with a stretcher. The stretcher is not here. He does have his little gun. He is a pacifist. That's why he's a medic. He went to Harvard and Johns Hopkins. He probably needs a stretcher himself because this guy is not attached. It's like a magic trick. That little piece of rubber went in there. He will sell just like that with his gun, with his card. The cards, add about $5 to everything. Now, which one of these is worth the most? Let's find out. Dog Handler. Dog Handler K9. His nickname is Mutt. Mutt, which is a great name for a dog handler. He's got all his accessories. He has a muzzle. The dog does not, which I find interesting. He doesn't have his leash, but we do have the dog. The dog. This is the G.I. Joe dog. He doesn't move or anything. He stands still. He looks very intimidating. His nickname? Junkyard. This is the Junkyard dog. The dog handler, he comes out of New Jersey according to the card. He's an SP4. He has some accessories that aren't with him, but these are cool, and he does have his card, and he does have the JYD. Now this, if you could tell me what this is, I would really like to know, because I have no idea. No idea. I tried to figure it out. Not a clue. Moving on. Vamp Mark II, a driver. Yes, you can get a driver. He's Uber of the 80s. This is Lance Steinberg. I believe he's also out of New Jersey. He greases his hair with motor oil, rarely shaves, and chews on the same toothpick for months. Clutch still calls women chicks. Well, Clutch, that was a long time ago. But he is a driver. He does have a helmet. It does come off. He's just a driver. So he's kind of like an Uber guy, but he'll drive cool things. You could get him. He does have his card. Now, I did get a bunch of accessories in as well. There's cool little helmets. Now, this is part of the Cobra, so there's a couple of snakes. I don't know if they're G.I. Joe. Some different guns that go with them. The brown hats and the green hats. There's not a lot of value there unless you can match them up to who they are. But they are cool, so if someone's looking to do those, anyone can tell me where the snakes come from. I know where snakes come from, where these particular snakes comes from. And there's the guns that you have. There's also a little stand. It looks like that one of them can stand. And if you tell me, I'll get the driver to take you there. This is Cobra Anti-Armor Specialist, code name Scrap Iron. This is Scrap Iron. He is classified where he is born. Birthplace classified. He's got his helmet. I don't know if he's some sort of robot-made $6 million man. He's cool. These guys move. They've got great. It looks like they're wearing Speedos. I don't know. That's probably helps them be very agile. But that's him. This is one of the accessories that I do know that comes with him. There's a couple of them that come with him. All these things, you'd have to put them all together. It's by separate pieces. But that is Cobra. He is an anti-armor specialist. Now, we have this. The Wolverine Driver, another driver.
This is ready.
Think she is complete right as she is. I tried to put one of these little helmets on. Her head is too big, unfortunately. So I don't know why. She didn't come with a helmet. This is CoverGirl. Her name is CoverGirl. Yes, her name's CoverGirl. She was a former high fashion model in Chicago, New York, and decided to join the old good guys at G.I. Joe. She's a driver. She must work against her beauty to prove herself. She's compelled to learn and master decidedly unfeminine unfeminine disciplines. I have no idea what that means. But this is Wolverine Driver. Wolverine Driver. So out of all these, which one is worth the most? Well, ironically, in the G.I. Joe franchise, the old ones, the one that is worth the most is of the nurse. Because no one bought the nurse, it's the rarest. So out of these 5, it's not Vamp Mark or Dog Handler or even the Medic or even this cool guy, the Cobra, or even the J.Y.
Handler, codename Mutt, and his dog Chuck Dog.
It is Wolverine Driver. Wolverine Driver's worth the most. She can go for about $50 for this little tiny piece of plastic. She is very cool. She's a driver. We have 2 drivers. We have the guy who does a fashion model and a guy who greases his hair with motor oil. Hey, that's Uber and Lyft. I don't know which would be which. So, I got these in. These are cool. There's some money here, especially with these little toys. It's like a puzzle trying to put all these things together. And I got one more thing that I thought was very, very interesting. There's this little tiny... there's a little gold guy in it. I think it might be Star Wars. It says Tommy on it. I don't know. I don't think it's a G.I. Joe, but he's interesting. Any help on this one would be greatly appreciated. So he comes out of there, but there's no markings on it. And then this was also in there. I thought it was part of the G.I. Joes. It is not a G.I. Joe. It looks like just a regular old Walkman. Put your little cassette in there. You can go walking around, especially in the 80s. A little big for these guys. Even has the clip on the back and everything. This thing is pretty stinking cool. But this is a Transformer. Yes, a Transformer. And I'll be right back because it's going to take me a minute to make them transform. Okay, I'm back. I got the Transformer. He's not a Walkman. This is called Soundwave. He's from Takara. He's from 1983. He's an original. He does play cassette.
The Transformers, more than meets the eye.
That's not really, but cassettes go in there. The cassettes you would buy would also transform into different characters. There's 3 different cassettes you could get, but that he was part of a set there. He is not that hard to transform, but he is one of the originals. He was so popular that they have reissued a Masterpiece series on these guys, which can go for quite a bit of money, about $60, $70. But he's made just to look like a Walkman. It even has the belt clip. He is cool. He's a Transformer. These are all toys that came from the 80s. They're all cool. They're all collectible. They could be yours, and it's going to take a lot of time to go through these. But if you need a lift to the store, just call your Lyft and friendly Uber drivers, Wolverine and Vamp Mark. Thanks for watching. Please share one time and subscribe.